What is up? What is going on, everybody? I am back with the Mariners post-game recap. As I do, shameless plug before each video. If you guys can help me out, hit the sub button and hit the like button as well. The like button helps, just shows people you're enjoying the video, gets it out to more people, more Mariners fans. My videos do continue to grow in terms of views, so thank you very much to everybody that's watching. If you do watch, you're just casually and you just kind of enjoy it, just hit that sub button for me. Trying to get to 2,000, so it helps me out tremendously. Mariners just lost. I literally decided to start this post game in the middle of the bottom of the ninth. Mariners lose today, 10-3 to the Twins. I don't have any more angry rants to give on this team. I can't do it. I'm not going to call it a therapy session either, because this isn't me here to calm you guys down. It's same stuff, different day. It is. It's just continues to be it. Step forward, step back, same issues this team has every night. They get a couple things going and they blow it themselves. They get a win, they can't loss. And they're at 47-47. We're now, what is that, 90, 1550 be 100 minus 6, 94 games? Am I right? Are we really, is it 47-47? Are we really at 94 games? I mean, there's 68 games left. It's kind of what they've been. They've been a 500-ish team. They take a step forward, they take a step back. They shoot themselves in the foot. They play dumb baseball. Occasionally they can be all right. The pitching staff's pretty decent. It's a little bit of a rut right now. The offense has its moments. Not the worst offense in the history of baseball, but it's not great. Pitching's relying on a lot of young guys. Some of the veterans have been at times. Bullpen's got good stuff. Hasn't been super clutch. It's had some bad moments. It's got some, meh pitchers. It's got some flamethrowers that can help get you some wins. Just kind of what this team is. It feels very 500-ish. Do I think they've been a little unlucky in some instances? Yeah. I mean, their run differential still, I believe, fairly positive. Like, they're probably a little better than this, but, let's get into it. Let's start with the base running in the first inning. Mariners give up 2 in the first, in the top half of the first. Then they respond. They get 3 in the bottom of the first. And only the Seattle Mariners, in any world, anything we live in, only the Mariners can score 3 runs in an inning and have you angry. And they managed to do it. They score 3, but they get 2 runners thrown out at home in the inning. Teoscar's thrown out with 1 out, and Ty France thrown out in the inning. If they just play, like I said on Twitter, like a functional Little League team, they probably score 5 runs in that first inning. They probably chase Bailey Ober. And maybe that changes the complexion of the game a little bit. Maybe you're looking at 5-4, 5-5. We'll get to some other things too. But that completely messes things up. And before we get into blaming the coaching, because I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. Some of you guys are going to be mad at Scott and been mad at Manny Acta. Let's be clear. Manny put up the stop sign for Teo. He ran through it. That's on Teo. Well, then Teo should be benched. For who? For who? Dylan Moore, who's hitting like 2 hits, has 2 hits and 30 at-bats. You want more A.J. Pollock? A.J. Pollock should be off the roster. You know what I mean? Like, Julio was given a day off. I don't know if it was injury-related or just a day off, but Julio had a day off. So there's not much you can do there. The Ty France one was stupid. Yeah, Manny shouldn't have sent him. But it was with 2 outs. It's a little more reasonable there with 2 outs to try and, score there in that instance. And if Teo hadn't run through the stop sign, they would have had a 4th run. They would probably had 1st and 3rd with 1 out. They had a chance for 5. So just boneheaded baseball. Yeah, some of it falls on Manny. But again, it's the players. Let's go to I believe it was the top of the 3rd. The Twins were up 4-3. There was a runner at 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. And I forgot who it was, stole second base. Let me see if I can pull it up here, who it was. Doesn't really matter necessarily, but it was Willie Castro, who's a good base runner, 21 stolen bases. Takes off, Cal throws down, goes into center field, because every pickoff or every throw that the Mariners catchers have goes into frickin' center field. It is clockwork. These catchers can't throw anybody out to save their lives. Every throw they make goes into center field, scores a run. I get it. Cal's trying to make a play. He's trying to get the runner out. But maybe just eat the ball there. Maybe just eat it and say, listen, he's got second. We need to focus. Just get the header out. I get it. A base hit gives up 2 runs versus 1. I get it. But you gave up the run anyways by throwing it into center field, so it wouldn't have mattered. just eat the ball there. The Mariners have struggled throwing guys out. I'm not saying it to sound defeatist, but just hold on to the ball. Maybe get you out there. It's 4-3. But no, they throw it down. It goes into center field like every other throw the Mariners catchers have made this season. I swear, no team has had more throws going to center field. And I'm going to call out JP too. I didn't think he made a very good effort to try and block the ball. I know the runner's coming in there, and it's going to be more on Cal, but I thought JP could have had a little bit more effort trying to block it. Just little things like that. I remember there was a time when catchers, it was very much you would eat in that situation. You just take it and say, hey, we're in a tough spot with the runner at third. And with 2 outs, focus on the hitter. I would look at Brian Wu if I was a catcher and say, relax, get the hitter out. You don't need to worry about anybody on base. Get the hitters out. And listen, at the end of the day, a 10-3 game, but those little things matter. If Cal eats it there, maybe that run doesn't score. The Mariners have a little better base running. Maybe they have 5. Maybe they get Ober out a little bit earlier. But no, just the same mental miscues this team has made all season. Let's go to my third point here. No more runs. They get 3 runs in the first inning. 6 hits. They got 6 hits in the first inning. They got to Ober. They beat him up. No, nothing the rest of the way. God forbid this team ever added on a run. I know they did last night, and I know they came into this game over 500. But no, just the 3. That was it. On a night when it looked like he kind of had the juice baseballs because every fly ball the Twins hit went out of the park. Every fly ball the Mariners hit continues to just die at the warning track. And no, they can add on. And I get it. Bailey Ober's a good pitcher. You don't want to let him settle in there, especially when you give the Twins the runs back. I was worried about that. But what have I said, guys? What have I been saying for the last few weeks? I can't tip my cap anymore. In April and May, I tipped my cap to pitchers. I did. I was like, hey, you're facing a tough guy. He bowed. If the Mariners were 15 games over 500, I tipped my cap to Bailey Ober. He got through a bad inning, adjusted, did what he had to do. And that's how a Twins fan should look at it. But coming from the other team's perspective, I can't tip my cap anymore. The Mariners have used all their cap tipping. They used it all up in April and May. It stinks, but they did. Can't tip it anymore. Got to find a way to get more runs there. Couldn't do it. Brian Wu was awful. He was not good. And he's a rookie. I'm not good. And he's been really good. He's been a nice find this season and had a real nice start to his career. But he was not good. He was really, really bad. And if he doesn't figure out a way to get left-handed hitters out, because left-handed hitters have mashed Brian Wu this season, he's got to find a way. He's got to find a way to figure that out. Because otherwise, his ceiling, I was never as high on Wu as I was on some of the other guys. It's easy to say that now after a bad start. Brian Wu has been done a nice job this year. He's a rookie. I do not want to pile on Brian Wu of anybody today because they shouldn't have had to got to the point where they need Brian Wu, but injuries and other things have factored in there. But he's going to have to find a way to get lefties out at a more consistent pace because it's not going to be good enough. It's going to make him very susceptible. He's going to be awful, no, but he's going to be very much what we saw tonight. There's going to be a lot of that. That's going to happen to you unless you can find a way to get them out more consistently. The other thing I want to get on talk about is the bullpen. I saw on Twitter a lot of people were on Scott because he left Brian Wu in and didn't take him out and go to the bullpen. And he shouldn't have left him out and everything like that because saw some people say he was punting the game. Listen, I don't think any manager punts a game, maybe when it gets to like 10-0 in later innings. The bullpen's taxed, guys. The bullpen has pitched a ton of innings. If you want to be mad at Scott, go get mad at Luis Castillo for not being able to get through 5 innings without giving up 18,000 home runs in his last 10 starts. Go yell at George Kirby for getting lit up by the Tigers on Saturday. George has been great. He has. But go get on him. The Bryce Miller start was different with coming back from the injury. They determined 5 innings was it. Maybe they should have let him go longer. I don't know on that. But coming off an injury, it is what it is. Go yell at Logan Gilbert for yesterday for letting the Twins foul off 90 million pitches against him and only being able to go 5. Again, I thought Logan was okay yesterday. He did a good job. But, I mean, if you're going to be mad at somebody, go be mad at those guys. Go be mad at them. They're the reasons the bullpen is thin. And Scott tried to get Brian Wu to get him through 4 or 5 innings tonight. It happens. Guys, that's baseball. You play a game every night. You're going to have to do that. They'll probably have to make a roster move tomorrow for the pen. But that's just kind of the name of the game. Okay? I mean, you can be mad at Scott for it, I guess, and whatnot. But, I mean, I guess he had to go to the pen anyways early. So, Maybe it's justified, but to me, go yell at Luis Castillo about it. Go yell at him why he can only go 5 innings and only did 5 innings against Detroit. I mean, that would have saved the bullpen. Kirby could have saved it. It's guys, sometimes the players got to play better. Is what it is. The fly balls I want to talk about. It is where I go a little bit with this team has had some unfortunate. I swear that the Kirilloff home run and the who was the other guy that hit the home run for the Twins? Was it Julian, who's a really nice hitter? They hit home runs that didn't look like they were going to get out off the bat. I know Julian's was not even 100 miles on the exit velo, gets out. Ty France hits one 104 exit velo, dies at the warning track. Gino had one in the 7th, die at the warning track. Kelenic has one, die at the warning track. It has been just a tune with this team all season. Other teams' fly balls are getting over the fence, and the Mariners aren't. Now, maybe they're hitting the ball a little harder, but the exit velo would say not really on that. It's just a little unfortunate. It's just kind of been the story for this team where last year it was the other team's fly ball staying in and the Mariners going over, and this year they just can't buy some of these to get over the fence. In terms of box score, I don't know, like Mike, and it's funny too, we talk about the base running in the first inning. They should have had more runners out in the base path. Caballero looked like he was dead to rights when he had a double in the second. Mike Ford, I don't know, was probably out, but the Twins did have a challenge on his double in the 7th. And of course, they stranded both those doubles with 1 out and no outs, because of course they did. They could have had 4 outs on the base paths. It was insane, absolutely insane. Gino had the 2-run home run. That was good. Mike Ford, a couple hits, good to see. I guess A.J. Polk must have singled in the 9th. I don't know. Some the first inning was solid. They did a nice job against a good pitcher, but couldn't do anything else after that. Luis Castillo on the mound tomorrow. He opposes Kenta Maeda. Maeda's not been very good this year. I haven't looked at the underlying stats. Let's just do it while I have a second. Let me just go to Fangraphs here and see what his numbers are while I have it up here. I'm just curious since I got the computer loaded up. Let's just see what his underlying numbers would tell you from. Actually, his FIP looks like it's been 3.45, so he's actually, let's see. Yeah, they actually have his FIP at 3.45, xFIP 4 and 5. Not terrible. Again, probably better than the 5.5 ERA he's running out there. But again, he just hasn't been that great this year. Luis Castillo's got to be the ace. I'm rehashing what I said yesterday, and I thought Castillo was starting today. But I'll rehash it again. Luis Castillo's got to step up tomorrow. Not only do you have a thin bullpen, you do. They'll probably make a roster move. You're going up against a pitcher that you should be better than. Is Maeda probably a little better than the 5 ERA? Yeah, probably. But doesn't matter. You should have the pitching advantage in the matchup tomorrow. No more 5 innings. No more 5 innings with 3 home runs given up. Time to have a shutdown game, be an ace. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This team is just, it's a step forward, step back. And listen, what we're experiencing right now, guys, what you're experiencing is a lot of the frustration with 500 teams. 500 teams are tough to figure out because, you're, especially in 162, because you're going to have moments where they look really good. You're going to have moments where a 500 team can play up and be really good. And they have moments where they play down and look really bad. It's kind of what that balance of what makes them 500. And we've seen that, so it makes it frustrating. Again, a team, if this team was the A's, we wouldn't have any questions. We just know they're bad. If they were 18 games over, we wouldn't have any questions. We know they're good. We don't really know what they are, is how we feel, but maybe we do. Maybe we do. It just kind of is what it is. I hope they win tomorrow, but if they do, going to come on here and kind of say the same thing. They've got to get the ball rolling. Everybody in the wild card standings lost today. This would have been a great day for them to make up something there and kind of pull themselves back in it. So, we'll see. It's the same reason I wasn't super high on the win yesterday. It was nice. I liked it. It was enjoyable. And it's why I'm not, I've probably had some yelling in there, but kind of calm. It's just what this team has been. So it's hard to really say. We'll see. Hopefully they can maybe with Castillo and Kirby find a way to still take 3 out of 4 here. So we'll see what happens. Hope everybody enjoyed the post-game recap. Just wanted to go over a few things with it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Remember to hit the like button and hit subscribe as well. I will see you guys tomorrow for the post-game recap. It'll be a little bit later tomorrow night, but I will have it. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. And as always, go M's. Peace.